He still has the long fingernails though, I saw. That grosses me out a little, I gotta say. Life does not like trimming his fingernails. He's been known to not deal with pressure very well. Life, a guy who online and on ladder has been performing very, very well. But the players here are saying as well, well, you know, when you meet Life online, he's a very, very scary player, but hasn't been able to convert that into the same level of play and performance offline yet. It was yesterday when we asked, is this finally the time where Focus is going to be able to jump over his shadow, step out of the shadows, I guess, and really bring the level of play that he's capable of to a LAN event. Not really, unfortunately, though. We talked to him a little later. Did you tell the guys about the soup yet we had to eat?
Nope.
To eat. So we were hanging out in Ugri's room, and Remind and Focus, they wanted us to try like ramen noodles soup kind. Well, no, it wasn't soup. It was like those warm-up noodles, and it was pretty spicy. It was pretty damn spicy, and they wanted to see us suffer. That was also pretty good, actually, but definitely way more spicy than we're used to. Alright, map number 1 starting here. Russia against China. HawK, you said yesterday to me, I don't know if it was on stream, that HawK's actually performing really well, like almost always offline. Life, that is not what he's known for.
People can't hear us, that is really bad. Turn up the mic, okay. I lowered like the Warcraft in-game sound, I lowered it quite a bit and I raised our volume. I don't know if it's better now.
A player's forces are under attack.
Alright. We're trying to do the best we can here, guys, to fix this. This was supposed to be an improvement, but it seems like it needs a little more work. Bear with us. We're trying to do our best here to improve as much as we can.
Yeah, it's weird that it goes up and down. Okay, maybe we have to use yesterday's mic then later. But for now we have to live with it. I'm really sorry. Okay, HawK and Red and Life here. Demon Hunter level 2 already. And yeah, I think HawK has definitely chances in this game. Life very nervous all the time, and yeah, HawK of course depends on an expansion. And so far, he's putting up more pressure, same as Romantic yesterday. It worked really well against Remind. So let's see if HawK can do the same with Life.
Already we have the little Shadow Priest trick being used by Life, of course very common. And the militia that had been called to what looked like trying to go for an expansion are now fighting the Demon Hunter in the middle of the map. So they're taking quite a bit of time from their duration. But the thing, of course, about the gold mine down there is it's super easy to creep. Soon to be changing though. This is the old version of Terranos Stand, and we're gonna have a new one soon, and a very early shop by HawK. I like this, so you can heal up more easily, but he still has to run away from that Demon Hunter. And I say, you know, it's easy to creep, but still, this expansion is being delayed by a lot. As now the next round of militia are walking in, and already we're halfway through to tier 2 for the Night Elf. If he goes for a fast second hero from the tavern, which is of course going to be the case because it's Night Elf, he's going to deal a lot of pressure. And already the counter expansion coming up very early. Life getting ready for the late game, but very good scout coming by HawK as well with that footman. And yeah, easy camp to take. Has all been cleaned up, but footies are very low here. If there's a panda coming in, man, this is gonna be so much damage, but it's gonna be a little longer until he's here. So though, Demon Hunter, cleanup crew. How much can he do? First footy falls, second one sure to follow. Micros him back, and the Demon Hunter needs to start to be careful, down to 250 HP roundabout. He's gonna get a few more kills here. Another footy falling, but I think that might be all that he can do. TP, oh, he doesn't TP! Life! Oh! You can't make that mistake, man. Level 2 hero down, and now the momentum of this game completely shifts. Where usually he would have been able to juice that back at home with the help of the Moonwells and go for pressure. Now suddenly everything has changed. Also, the expansion has been cancelled. Seems like the 140 harass was enough to scare him into canceling that. Level 3 AM suddenly.
Yeah, it's really crazy how HawK pulled this off, and it looked so bad. All the footmen were really, really low, and wait a second. This should be better. We're really, really low, but Live not able to get the kills, and instead very bad play with his Demon Hunter. Here comes the Panda now, but everything is healed up thanks to that early shop.
And Demon Hunter, of course, still reviving in the main, and without a counter expansion coming up. Where is this late game gonna go for Live? Yesterday we saw that very late counter expansions can also work. We saw that from Reliant and from Foggy both. But can you afford to lose your Demon Hunter? I'm not so sure about that. Footy's now moving over to the main base. Maybe looking for some lower cancels, but they're gonna be too late for that, I do believe. Again, the scout Footy, seeing what's going on. But yeah, I don't think he's gonna be quite in time here to get the cancel off. By the way, I really like the scout farms and stuff sprinkled across the map. There's lots of vision for HawK everywhere. Is he actually going to be in time? No, he's not going to try for it. Let's go of the lures. They're going to be coming up. And the Demon Hunter is finally back. But he's still far away from level 3. He is absolutely not where he's supposed to be. Now with the Panda coming in even more so, he's going to be able to fend off this aggression. And HawK, of course, in a good position this game. But this attack right now, is that the best idea? Of course, if he kills Wisps during tech, that's pretty good. It's going to be resulting in a lot of lumber loss for the Night Elf. But does he really need so much lumber? I don't know. He already has the lures up. He has the second hero. He's going to tier 3. And Master upgrade for the bears isn't so expensive in lumber. But that being said, he is getting quite a few Wisp kills. And now the Ancient of War walked into the creeps at the natural. Or did a Footy actually lure them out? This one hero Footy, he died now, unfortunately. But he did such a good job.
Yeah, man, Medal of Honor for this little boy.
Yeah, and the Purple Heart. We give him all the decorations, man. Scouted the expo, forced the cancel, saw the main. He was a little too late for the lore cancels, but still, HawK should be feeling totally fine here in this game. And again, Region Scrolls. I feel like this is the tournament of the Region Scrolls. Like, we see so many, and always such great value on that item. On one of those footies, it's been cancelled, and the breath will cancel even more. Maybe a Zeppelin would be a good idea here now for HawK to, you know, use the Region Scroll, load him up into the Zeppelin so he can't, that region can't be cancelled. Alright, looking for aggression now is the Night Elf. He's got quite a bit of piercing damage to kill these towers, and the first one is going to be cancelled, but there's more coming up in the back, halfway done. But when I look at those units for HawK, they're all pretty injured. We have to fend on these footies, so the Dries are going to start slowing themselves. And again, more region. This shop, I really, really like the shop here.
Yeah, well, he has to go through the entire Night Elf army now, the entire time, to get some supplies from there. So, for a long siege, it is definitely a bad position. But we'll see. Defend is now working, finally. Live with a great micro on this Dryad. But, let's see. Demon Hunter's diving in deep. A lot of hurt stuff. The Panda is coming in, but there's no mana anymore, so he has to cancel all the regeneration for himself. Oh, the Panda is super low though. There's no step! Swaps the town portal out, the Dryad falls, and HawK does seem to do a good job here. Yeah, the expansion stands. There's 2 towers now. The third one is coming up. We will have a lot of time for that. MK second, HawK's favorite unit, I think, and the Shredder for support as well. In the meantime, How Far is alive? Master training is coming. Oh, it seems a little laggy here for him. Or maybe just a little spike.
Apparently the ping, not quite ideal, unfortunately. Or maybe he's just trolling because of the mistakes he's made, but no, I certainly don't think so. HawK moving in again for some more harass. This Demon Hunter is still level 2. We're like, I don't know, 10 minutes into the game or something, maybe a little less, but man, that hero loss, that hurt him so bad. By the way, one thing there to force the TP, he was actually blocking with a defend footy. Really well done by HawK, and this expansion, 4 guard towers now up, seems to be very safe. In the tier 2 push, probably right around the corner. AM very close to level 4 himself. And look at how aggressive he can be here. He's not afraid at all. Finally, Live Demon Hunter reaches level 3. That is damn late and hell of needed as well. And the Panda still only level 2. But with his camp of the natural, he should be reaching his level 3 here, which is of course also going to be extremely important. And yeah, Mountain King, as you said, not Naga second, which I feel like we see more of nowadays. Oh, and here comes the Stormbolt. He doesn't have a TP! I don't know if there's a staff on the Panda, but he's not ready, and he actually surrounds him with a water elemental and dies again. Live's Demon Hunter. Oh no! Oh no!
The Mountain King is coming in! Is there another Stormbolt? Level 3 on the Panda! True shot aura found! Here comes the Stormbolt! He gets the double kill most likely! Yeah, also no stuff, no TP! And HawK wins the first map in a dominating fashion once again!
Wow. Oh, life, I don't know, maybe panicking a little in game number 1. That was HawK, absolutely dominating performance, very impressive. We're gonna try to work a little more on the sound issues here, guys. We know it's not perfect. We apologize. We're trying the best we can here. This is pretty stressful for us, so also, this is not just a little uncomfortable for you. Yeah, well, this is our new setup. It was supposed to make things better. Unfortunately, it is not working so well. We're working on a fix, guys. Calm down, please. Calm down a little bit. Yes, we know the mics are bad. We realize.
Working now? Levels? Hello? Hello?
Yep.
Hello? Okay, back to old technology. And yeah, I mean really old technology. Sorry about the issue in map 1, guys, but during testing it was so good, I have no idea what's up.
I almost missed holding the mic. Alright, I'm gonna take this thing off again. Back to Holdcraft, here we go. Alright, so we're back to the old setup. This should be better, guys. Let us know how this is now. We're obviously trying to do the best we can here to have the stream up as best as we can. Map number 1 though went to HawK, who's going with a little troll ID here, by the way, of Qua. Kind of what WCA called him, only backwards, when they mixed his name up in the group drawings. Not many people watched that live, the group drawings. I did though, and it was very funny. Seems like forever ago now. This is of course not WCA, which we're gonna be playing here in this time in Shanghai. In this beautiful August. It's so hot today. By the way, I mean it's always hot in Shanghai, but today I felt like it was hot plus plus. In the studio though, it's nice and cool. They have AC here, which I am very jealous of, because in Germany there's no AC anywhere. Map number 2 is gonna be coming up next. It's gonna be Ancient Isles, and we're gonna have that starting in just a moment or two. And that's a very usual counter pick by the Night Elf if it's not vetoed by the humans. All the humans hate Ancient Isles actually. But it seems like HawK doesn't hate it so much, not enough to use his one single ban on. I don't think we've actually mentioned that before. That's only one single ban that the players can go for. And I think in general that's kind of rough for humans, because human, one of the races that suffers the most, I feel like at least, from bad maps. Alright, here we go. HawK. Ready, willing, and able. He's been hitting the gym, hitting the weights, and now he's hitting the keyboard. And on map number 1, he's been doing a pretty good job of that. Taking it and putting the Chinese in the corner. Now he's backed up against the wall as we hop into the game in a moment. Of course here, fast alter. We're not gonna have no neutral hero nonsense. Seems like nobody plays that anymore. Back in the day, of course, Nicker, one of the players, was very famous for that. We also saw some Beastmaster. That never seemed to be as strong. Actually, TH was bringing the Dark Ranger back in his famous match against Yumiko to counter the Mountain King first. But HawK is no Yumiko. I certainly don't believe we're gonna see a Mountain King, and certainly not on Ancient Isles. Trying to harass here a little bit the Ancient of War. Not gonna force a cancel, but gonna force a little bit of damage on it. Maybe gonna force a bit of repair because of this, but not too big of a deal. HawK, is he gonna play a fast expansion here? The Asian humans always do. HawK sometimes goes for rifles, but I think that's probably a thing of the past.
I'm not too sure. The Chinese, they never go for one base play. So that could be a tactic that Life is not too prepared for, I guess. I know he is playing against HawK, so you should know that from Natty's letter maybe, but yeah, I think against the Chinese the rifle push, if well executed and with a good early game, can go very, very well. And we saw that the humans nowadays, especially Romantic yesterday, they pressure so much in the early game, and what can they really do if there's only a few Dryads and you get your first rifleman out, especially with an early game like we had in game 1?
Yeah, I think it's worth considering playing that one-base rifle push strategy just because the Asians are not used to it. They don't really have practice against it. And actually something that the players are telling us from Natty's letter, you play so many Night Elves, you play so many Orcs, and also a good number of Undeads, but there's just no humans. There's no humans on the ladder. And those that you do meet, they play fast expansion. So that is certainly a good strategy to be sprinkled in here. And he does have the lead, so maybe that would be a decent idea. Ring of Protection for the Demon Hunter. He didn't deny any of the creeps with the Ancient of War. Good job. And the AM also with the ring, so you know, the ring, whatever. Shadow Priest steal again, or well, rather pick up again. And this is also a hard expansion to take, man. The poison creeps, the null guy in the middle who does so much damage and has the damage aura. And if you lose any of those last hits, you don't reach level 3 from taking the creep camp. Immolation Harass, something that we might be seeing. Let's see, do we have mana burn or not?
There's no staff on him just yet, and the Shadow Priest of course will provide a good amount of healing. So HawK does get level 2 here, a little more mana for him. Loses the first footman most likely. Dispel's coming in, so level 2 for the Demon Hunter as well. And another kill. This game starts a lot better, but he denies him into the creeps. Well done by HawK on the same time, live with a 7 HP escape. So both players microing very, very nicely, and HawK gets the better end out of this fight with another archer. Very, very hurt. This has to be a lot of moon juice that he has to use early on. So, but where's HawK expansion? There we go. Super late. Yumiko style going for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Oh, 7 militia. It's not too much actually.
Yeah, and he waited very long to use the first mana burn, so I think he hadn't skilled anything yet, was still thinking, oh, do I want to go Immolation or not? But he did in the end go for mana burn, and I was surprised by this. He killed 2 footies. That sounds like you should have a good opening for some harass, but yeah, mana burn is what was picked up. Alright, this last hit all seemed to go towards HawK. The big one though, that's the question. If he had Immolation here, man, this would be so much damage, but we can see obviously only the mana burn at work. Demon though, wailing away at this AM. Already 3 archers. This is gonna be a lot of damage that HawK's gonna be suffering from this. The big creep still alive, has to retreat with all the peasants. Oh my god. 2 peasants dead so far, and it's gonna be more. He's trying to get, this is the big important last hit, and it goes towards, not dead yet. I'm looking at the experience bar. Oh, the peasants taking the beating in the meantime. It goes towards the AM. He does get the experience, but you can see here, he's not level 3 yet. He needs some more kills, and even if when he gets those, he may not have enough mana for the water elemental anyways, and this is where you can see, oh yeah, this is not a very good human, man.
Yeah, man, we have the boots of speed on the Demon Hunter, so it's hard to run away for HawK. More hits, he's trying to staff up, but I don't think it's gonna be enough. It's so close. Okay, he shifts the focus to that footman, and okay, town portal out, so the staff definitely wasn't enough. He sends all the units back in, so that helps. But yeah, this expansion is gonna be incredibly late. Tier 2 tech almost done, and you know what's coming, man. It's gonna be a Panda, or even if he wants to finish it faster, it might be a Naga.
Yeah, and the stars are certainly aligned in the right way for Life to be taking this game. I'm very surprised he's creeping right now. I mean, level 3 demon is nice and all, but he knows there has to be an expansion, and he knows that expansion is so vulnerable. Alright, Panda, he's gonna be going for some harassment, and that's definitely the right call, and the rest of the army is gonna follow. And what does HawK do here to keep this expo alive?
That's the big question. There's no Mountain King yet. His Archmage and the rest of the army are far away. There's not even a shop for him here, so he can't heal up his army, his Archmage. He has to send Water Elementals in and just hope for the best, but I think there's no chance, man. He has to abandon the expansion for once. Only the Scout Tower is up. No Arcane, Breath of Fire, level 3 on the Demon Hunter. Claws for him. TP home now to save the entrance of Lore, but he doesn't even need that as HawK loses that game, taps out, and it's 1-1 equalizer now.
Alright, two very one-sided games to start off the day. That being said, of course, Ancient Isles, one of the worst maps for human, and this was a perfect display of why that is. You don't get level 3 easy, the expansion is so hard to take, easy harass. Imagine if there was immolation, man, this would have been even more of a slaughter, but he didn't even need it. Life destroyed him. Anyways, HawK maybe as shocked as the cat on his shirt, but he's gonna have another chance on Last Refuge. We also call it HawK's Refuge. A much better map for the human player. From Moscow, Russia. Actually, it's not exactly from Moscow, right? He's just pretty close to it. So, easy expansion, pretty easy level 3. Merc Camp support, not very easy, but I don't know, where would it be easier? Echo Isles maybe, but it seems like the humans don't go for that creep route anymore. Anyways, decision time, Neo.
Yeah, we're doing a little straw poll here. There we go, very quick one, as it's only about the third map. Last Refuge. We said once that this is HawK's hometown. This is a few years ago, and he disappeared since then, but he came back for GCS and showing an okay performance. Last Refuge definitely better, especially if you can fight in those tiny little chokes. Later on with the mortar teams, but of course for that you need an expansion. It's further away and you can push it with mass hunts, for example. Light loves to do that, but he plays Warden as well. So definitely more possibilities for life, more tactical possibilities as for HawK. It's just a timing thing because he has to go for the expansion. Does he go Merc Camp first for more protection? Does he go expansion instantly? Does he take the green one before? That's all little questions that have to be answered. In the upcoming minutes, we see the players again.
I believe it was at WCA 2015 when HawK said, this is actually the best map for human versus night elf. Might still think of this, think that way of the map. And of course that is why he's going for it as his loser's choice. Yeah, we can look at the statistics here. Win rate 56 versus 59%. That's pretty impressive by life, considering who he has to play here in China, man. Infi, TH, romantic, amazing humans. But of course also HawK in Europe has to face off against a lot of good night elves as well.
Yeah, and HawK, usually when he played offline in China, he has great, well, not results, but great performances all the time. The biggest one is here as biggest achievement, WEC bronze medal. We will never forget that, the Tournament of Human Mirror. But also in WCA 2014 and 15. 14 he made it to the playoffs. 2015 he dropped out in his group, man, but what a group that was, with the ZDR, Fly, and 120. Sick group. He's always a little unlucky when it comes to group drawings. But he was super close to eliminate Fly or 120 there 2 years ago. And I feel like offline really suits him, and I like how you all vote for HawK to support Europe once again.
Yeah, this group, honestly, the first match here is most likely gonna be his easiest. That's at least what the names would suggest. Moon and Fly, the legendary matchup we're gonna have coming up after this game, actually. But first things first, HawK has to defeat Life now. The map is much better. The deck is not stacked against him this time. And he's been performing pretty well in practice as well, actually. When I was over in the player area, I think yesterday or 2 days ago, they were saying, man, HawK had just went 3-0 against the guys here. And I was like, that's not bad, that's not bad. So, offline seems to be his thing. And here we go. Last Refuge. This is a possible MK map, but you know, it's HawK, so forget that, you know, it's not gonna happen.
True that. The question is, will Life play Warden? Do we know if Life plays Warden? I think I've only seen Demon Hunter from his side.
Yeah, I think so too. He doesn't strike me as the Warden player, and I can't recall having seen that ever.
Me neither, but of course we're gonna keep an eye out for it. Altar of Kings is done. This will be an Archmage. Yep, there we go. And live, yeah, going for the Demon Hunter. I expected this, but oh, look at this man. Engine of War here. Very defensive position, not going for the sharp early, not preparing a second one. So it doesn't look like Huntress aggression or anything.
Could still go for that later. There's, as you say, a lot of tactical varieties and different strategies that the Night Elf can go for. Double Ancient of War, Tier 1, Mass Hunt Pressure, 1 Ancient of War, Hunt Expansion Tech, no hunts at all into Tech. I think the big thing here is going to be HawK's going to get the expansion up. This is an easy expansion to take, much better than Ancient Isles. And Life is going to try to counter-expand, much like on Terranos Stand. And it's going to be up to HawK to delay that expansion as much as possible. And having seen Terranos, he was really prioritizing trying to find that expansion spot and cancelling it, which he wasn't successful in. And I would say it's even easier to find a counter expo here on LR, and he shouldn't be overwhelmed by too much to forget about doing that.
Alright, creeping starts, Circle of Mobility, good for him, and HawK is doing the mercenary camp first. Very rare to see that, especially in nowadays China humans. They always go for the expansion immediately, skipping the green one. HawK wants the Shadow Priest, and I like that choice. More healing is good, Zombie Mask for him as well. It doesn't stack that well with the Brilliance Aura, but still, it's more mana, it's more water elements, it's more defense, and that means a more stable early game for the Russian here.
Can he creep the expansion right after without Militia? He has 2 footies. How long is the Berserker cooldown in the Merc camp? Well, it's gonna be a little while. So this might delay the expansion by quite a bit actually, with skipping or going for the Merc camp first, double circlet on this demon, getting beefed up already. We have the tier 2 coming. For HawK, of course, it's gonna take a while. HawK's gonna get a lot of experience here. He's gonna have level 3 pretty damn early, but he's sacrificing the expansion timing for this. And also, the Demon Hunter might be right in his face when he is creeping that expansion. And then all that mana might not even, or that level 2 water elemental might not be available because of missing mana, of course. Alright, Militia moving out again. Here we go. Expansion creep coming up, and Life is like, huh, where are you? Expansion's super late.
And we have a Berserker now, so it's a great army for HawK. Don't putting in any risk at all, and Life backs up.
Oh no!
Is he expecting a tier 1? He scouted it with a Wisp, so he's completely fooled by HawK's expansion now, and this will go on uncontested. I mean, there's Boots now, and he goes back, but Life at this moment lost so much time. Ring of Protection again.
Oh man, that's very unfortunate. I mean, it's not like he could have prevented this expo from coming up. That's, you know, not
but you want to kill the peasants. You want to force HawK to reproduce the peasants and lose money.
Yeah, definitely, you could have done damage there. I think the realistic outcome there is maybe killing 2-3 peasants and a footy until you're forced back, but nothing happened there. He was going to the expansion, he wanted to harass, and he's like, huh, I guess you're not expanding. Then he moves away, scouts the lane, and then he's like, wait, you're still tier 1, so you are expanding. But then he's like, I'm too far away, I guess I do something else now. This is a very unfortunate early game for the Chinese.
Yeah, I don't really understand, because he was a Wisp in the trees. He could have just moved them up and just patrol a little to see what's going on. But he went there with a Demon Hunter without having any idea if HawK is there or not. And he was scouting here, so he saw, okay, there is no tech, there must be an expansion. Major mistake in my opinion, and Huntress Hall is A, late, and B, in shambles. This will delay the Lores by so much, and this will delay the Dispel, and it's even more important since this is a level 2 Archmage, a level 3 Archmage, level 2 Water Elemental. This is disastrous, and he will kill the Huntress Hall again. Looking so good for Mother Russia here.
A dream start for HawK, gets his expansion up without any trouble, and then he can move across the map. That is what the humans love to do. Expand, and then walk over to your opponent, keep him busy. If you get to kill or cancel anything, that's just icing on the cake. He just wants to be at peace at home, and he actually saves all of his footies as well. Not quite. It's gonna lose 1 year. But how late are these lores gonna be?
Exactly. I think they will be up at the same time as tier 2 for HawK. Oh, Naga here now has to be super careful about his Archmage. there is a town portal, has to pull it. Once again, playing a little more safety. I really like how HawK puts in variety into his tactics, like on map 1. He was super aggressive, late expansion, and it did work with a lot of kills on the Demon Hunter. There's a tower up, so emulation doesn't work. This time, not aggressive at all, trying to dodge the Night Elf army for the entire early game, and it works as well, at least so far. Militia coming in for support.
AM though did take a lot of damage. I know that's something that you are oftentimes annoyed by. Why do you TP out so late when you're so low HP? And there's no movements for him to heal. He doesn't have boots of speed either. The demon does though. Could this be a kill? No, okay, he's no. Alright, I'm getting a little too excited. He's gonna be able to get back into his main to safety, but he's gonna abandon his expansion and also gonna start losing footies here in the middle of the map. That was... You're not supposed to lose that archer, my friend. But alright. It's Naga cleanup time now, but he needs to deal this damage.
Nice block with the farm. Of course, a few units of his will die, but the mercenaries are safe. Archmage is safe. His staff would be so great now. He's moving out. He wants to go for his shop, which is finished now. And again, Demon Hunter losing quite a bit of XP here. Archmage in trouble. He's blocking himself. Oh, it's gonna be so close. He's diving in past, and or they walk through because they were carrying lumber. Oh no, this is bad for HawK. And now, yeah, the trolls die. But can he force? He has to force a town portal on the Archmage somehow. Where's the damage? In the meantime, Naga is killing the tower. Oh no! HawK is throwing this game.
HawK, why did you do that? Why did you walk out your AM again, taking way too many risks? Suddenly level 4 Demon Hunter. He could absolutely not carry map number 1, but map number 2, he's...
Not even a town portal. He doesn't even force the TP. Oh, this is bad. He will lose the Mauler. Is there more mana? Yes, there is. For more slow. Archmage back from the tavern. He needs it now. There's a good amount of footmen still remaining. And the XP is still running.
What a difference the boots of speed can make. If that AM had boots of speed, this game would be totally different. Finally, we have some control here with the Mud Golem slow. This is most likely gonna be a TP first, but he can just heal up and come back. But it's some breathing time now for HawK. Take a moment, take a breath, and get ready for the next assault, because it's coming. Lures are up now, Dryad's coming in. He's not going tier 3. Is he totally gonna skip it? Is he gonna all in this on tier 2? He easily has the resources for it. And now the tech is coming in for HawK.
Okay, I hope he has defend. There's no tower anymore. Spawns another water elemental, but it's the final one. Dryad's inbound, as you said. There must be dispel soon. Level 4 on the Demon Hunter plus Rune Brace is of course a nice combo. Mass piercing damage, and of course he has defend. The footmen have to carry now, and he has to reproduce them super early. Mud Golem did his job, now about to die. Gets the Dryad here. Has to be careful about the Archmage. Is double slowed again. Berserker go dies for life, and here's the chase again. Zeppelin abusing the better starting position with the farm at the laboratory. That was great by HawK.
Clutch Zeppelin. The AM would have died, and that would have most likely been GG. Doesn't get the save on the Berserker. He does have another water elemental, right? Yeah, there we go. Summons it now. The Naga now in trouble. The demon is still a beast, but he by himself, I mean, he's strong and all, don't get me wrong, but he's not gonna be able to win this fight solo. And HawK, he is stabilizing, and life is not counter-expanding.
Exactly, and he's still not teching. He will fight this game with only Dryad, so there's gonna be more piercing. There has to be piercing damage or siege at some point for HawK. I'm really curious why he's not building a blacksmith. I think he's short on resources, has to invest everything into mercenaries and more footmen, and the upgrades for the footmen. Archmage level 4 now, got that important mana level up. And yeah, the Zeppelin, man, what a great addition. Here we go again. Does he have some time? He's still not tier 2, can't go for potions, so the Zeppelin has to be his saving grace.
Alright, and it seems like life is now slamming his head against the wall. We have a Shredder here coming in as well. Very good normal damage against the heroes. Water elementals are now rendered useless. We have abolished magic, but there's no bears to back this up. Life, man, he needed to do damage, and he did a lot of damage, but he needs to keep doing damage. And why is he putting himself in such a corner? He had 5 Dryads queued up. You could just cancel 3 and make an expansion or tech. Oh, wait, there is an expansion. Did you see that? I totally missed that expansion.
He has Dryads now, but still no tier 3 tech, and I think with Dryads only, he can't win that game at all. Here's tier 2 for HawK. Blacksmith a little late, going for the Mountain King, who will not be that efficient as we see the Ruined Braces on the Demon Hunter, but still the Naga, such an easy target for him. Super squishy, not a real defense. Oh, there is a staff for life now. I was just thinking about it. If there's no staff, then she's gonna be in deep trouble.
Dude, this Demon Hunter is 4.5.
Yeah.
He is out of control, and he can still creep up a lot at the bottom side of the map, go for the red camp. Gonna lose the shop here. That will give him level 5, possibly a great item as well. The Naga should reach level 3 over here. AM, he's gonna get level 5 very soon as well. Water Elementals won't do anything though. He needs to reskill to Blizzard. Yesterday, that was one of the big mistakes from Romantic, not doing that. But I think HawK plays Blizzard a lot, right?
Because they're so effective against Dryads?
Well, I mean, he has to go into Bears. He can't win with just Dryads.
Yeah, he's teching now, just started it, and here comes the Adept upgrade already, so he's gonna be ready for that. HawK is being tricked a little by this illusion, moving his entire army back, but here comes the Mountain King. I hope he doesn't use a Stormbolt. No. Of course not. So, double Arcane Sanctum coming. No Rifleman. I think he could really use the Rifleman now.
Yeah, absolutely. But of course, easy for us to say. We have perfect vision. HawK doesn't know how many Dryads exactly his opponent has. He doesn't know how far away Master Bears are and how few his opponent is gonna have. So...
HawK has 1,000 gold already. Banking up a lot.
Maybe he's comfortable not pushing, just taking this late. But is that the right choice? He has the late game hero for it. He has the MK. It's not a Naga. It's an MK who's going to be very strong on level 4, level maybe 5 if he gets there. But life is getting so much out of this map now.
Okay, there's level 5 on the Demon Hunter. Boots of Speed swapped over to the Naga, and the staff also on the Naga to get the Demon Hunter out, let him heal up, but there's no tele staff. Red spot for HawK already with the surround on the Overlord, but he has to hurry up because life is coming from the side. Needs the Stormbolt to get the last hit and get the F out of there. There's also, okay, there's a TP on the Mountain King. Does he get it? Yes, he does. Hood of Cunning, not the best. Archmage in trouble. Mana burn, massive damage. There is a lot of there. There's no fucking lightning, but he TP's out with 20 HP. Where's the potion? There we go. HawK saves him.
Jesus Christ, man, giving me heart attacks here. And this MK, no matter anymore, level 5 demon, easy to do. Heal potion needs to be used again. Where's the Zeppelin? Where is this MVP Zeppelin from the early game? Not here, but seems like he is getting back to safety. He needs those towers really bad. And because there's only Dryads, the Night Elf can't dive this, would lose too much. Also the Demon Hunter very low HP, and yeah, no bears means no rejuice, so he's not going to be able to heal up too quickly, but I think bears should be right around the corner now.
They must be master upgrade. Oh, it should be done already.
Well, he just got tier 3.
Ah, okay, but why is he producing 2 bears then? Okay, interesting. They're fast to produce though, it's alright. First mortar team for HawK, second one coming, more casters, but I don't see breakers as of yet, and the big problem is, how does he unite his army now? Life will position himself in the middle to catch them, I think, or that is what he should do. HawK is breaking up, Keep Life is doing the same, 60 food versus 58, this is the game. Oh, he uses the Stormbolt on the illusion, what a mistake! Here's the real one with Invo Potion and Heal Scroll, should have scouted that. Level 1 Mountain King in deep trouble, is there a potion or is it on cooldown? That's the big question about MK. Falls here, but he's diving deep into the towers. Can he get one Stormbolt out? No, he can't. Maybe block him or whatever. Force Town Call. No, Invo Potion on the Demon Hunter now. A lot of Dryads are falling against the towers, but life is only going for the heroes. Is that the right choice though? Is it enough damage? Rejuvenation coming in super handy from the bear now.
Where is this goddamn Zeppelin? He would save HawK's skin here. Did he lose it or something? I guess he did, but he should have rebought it, absolutely. And now we have bears. Now he's going for the towers. The first one, easy pickoff. Very far forward. Level 4 for the Naga. These heroes are absolutely out of control. MK's gonna be back soon because he's only level 1, but HawK needs to hold on. And even if he does, life is ahead in this game. More supply, better tech, better heroes. All the advantages are with the Night Elf now, but we have a decent army for the human, finally.
The breaker is so important now to steal the rejuvenation, man. It can't be described how important it is to keep the Demon Hunter low. He might even have to kill him because he's super close to level 6, staff out on the bear now, but HawK is back at 66 supply, and this is where things get dangerous for the Night Elf.
Alright, what's HawK gonna do? Is he really gonna attack? Ancient of Wind coming in, maybe for a Chimera transition a little later. He has a lot of gold and he's feeling comfortable in this game.
It's 1,000 gold for life, macro mistakes here.
Yeah. Not going to be punished, it seems like, though, because he's sitting pretty this game. AM is going to get almost level 5 from this camp. This will finally be level 2 for the MK, but he needs level 3 Blizzard, he needs level 2 Bolt. But at that point, there's probably going to be Chims out.
I don't think he's going for Chimeras. Would be very unusual for Chinese Night Elves to do that. And I don't see any sign of it right now. He has to produce a lot more bears since his supply is way too many Dryads, or were way too many Dryads at some point. Now he's rotating it out. He has to be so careful with this. I think he wants to go for the Tome of Retraining. There's also no TP. Here's level 5, but he can't go there. Can't retrain to Blizzard. This position is not that great. Pretty open battlefield for life here. But the bears are stuck at the moment, so that's okay. Stormbolt on the Demon Hunter. There is an Invo Potion and a Heal Scroll. Wants to force it early, though. Arc of Reincarnation on the Mountain King, so that shouldn't be the first target. The Mortar teams, man, MVPs of this army. He has to protect them as good as he can. We saw a lot of Breath of Fire. Archmage in trouble. No TP on him. Ooh, he has to be super careful, and then maybe swapping over the Arc. There's no shop at this main base for HawK. Position is getting better. Militia is coming in as well. 3 Mortar teams still. 1-0 upgrade. Arc of Reincarnation on the Mountain King here as he died.
Seriously, man, where is this goddamn Zeppelin?
He's dead!
Yeah, but he needs to get a new one! That's my point. MK back now, but he's far in the front line. Could be an easy kill, and this is all experience for the Demon Hunter. He's getting closer to level 6, halfway there, but it's gonna be the TP out from the Night Elf. Doesn't want to start losing his entire army here, and HawK once again gets a moment to breathe. But, like, it seems to me, HawK is just holding on and surviving. How is he actually gonna win this game?
Oh, that's for picking up 3 bears. That would be a good start. Everything is slow. Breakers still do good damage. And here we go. I think I'm not agreeing with you here. HawK's army is getting better and better. He gets better upgrades. He has a big blocker line now. Did he go for the Tome of Retraining now is the big question. He wanted to do it before, didn't have the time. Now he had the time. Demon Hunter is back. Oh, it's still Water Elementals, man. I don't like that choice. Fury Dragons coming in, doing tons of damage. Army is spread out a little, and he shouldn't fight. He could fight here. That would be amazing. Sharp control and a choke.
That's why the humans like this map so much. Lots of chokes. MK going to the shop. What's he gonna buy? Tome of Training? No. Scroll of Healing. And the breakers more and more are dying. More and more experience for this first hero of the Night Elf. Almost level 6, kind of. But now this is a good position for HawK. This is where he can take a good fight. A lot of these bears are hurt.
Level 3 on the Mountain King, but he's still in trouble. Invo Potion maybe soonish. The bears are dropping lower and lower. How many heal scores does he have? Only 1. Oh, Invo Potion. He needs that super soon. Militia support again. But HawK has to get back into a better position. And here's level 6. Have fun with Metamorphosis.
Here we go, Superman online. First Stormbolt flying his way to control him. And the hero's super strong, but what about the bears? It's only 3 left.
Yeah, but
HawK is turning his game around. Life, is he too confident in his ultimate?
Oh man, it looks good. The army of life is dwindling here. He holds on against the Metamorphosis. Bears are falling left, right, center. He has to be careful about the Mountain King. Heal Scroll being used again. One is on the Mountain King on cooldown. Where's the Archmage, by the way? Oh, it's an Rolling Fog Lightning coming in. He needs a Zeppelin there. Buy it, buy it, buy it. He saves him somehow. Holy shit, that's super close. He has to fight without his first hero, Mountain King. Still with the Invo, still with the Heal Scroll. And you need that. Use it. Use it. He does.
Oh, the Lightning gets the AM Zeppelin too late. And the MK now in trouble himself. The Demon Hunter is dropping lower, but he still has HP, and he still has like 700 HP with this. MK has an Invo, and it seems like he was not too confident in this hero. The Demon Hunter is winning this fight by himself. It seems HawK is retreating into the safety of his base. Everybody GG's out. In a very close back and forth game on Last Refuge.
Super sorry for HawK here. He played a pretty good game, but in the end life was too strong, pressuring him over and over. And level 6, what can you really do against this ultimate? I mean, running away, yeah, but if he doesn't lose the Archmage, if he goes for Blizzard, does it really help him there? I mean, he killed the bears pretty early on. But the Zeppelin, not getting the Zeppelin when the Archmage was there was a problem. Yeah, he doesn't feel comfortable.
Yeah, he was under so much pressure that game, man. Like for, what was it, 10 minutes? He was just trying to survive. And I know I mentioned it a lot in that game, but I think a new Zeppelin purchase could have made a big difference. But Life takes a strong performance. Actually, that game started off very bad for Life. That Hunter's Hall cancel and then taking so much damage. The Naga pick up second, dealing so much damage to the AM TPing so late. Big mistake. And then, of course, losing him to the Demon Hunter. Much bigger mistake. Honestly, HawK, there were a few pretty big blunders in that game that he could have avoided, could have changed the outcome.